Hey guys, so for today's video I wanted to show you how to make these 3 super cute and simple DIY ornaments that you can put on your tree this year. So for the first one I wanted to start out with the Gumball machine ornament because honestly this is my favorite one. So to start out you're going to need one of these ornament balls that has the removable lid because you are going to need to take the lid off of it. You're also going to need either a toilet paper roll or like a napkin roll. You're also going to need some pompoms. Make sure that you either get the variety pack or the very, very small ones. You're going to want to fit these in as if they were candy. You're also going to need a glue gun. And also some thicker paper, kind of like poster board. I chose a sparkly one because to be honest, it really just screams Christmas to me. And then lastly, you're just going to need some scissors, some red acrylic paint or any kind of paint, and then a sponge or something just to brush on the paint with, and then something to put the paint on, which is why I have the paper plate there. So start out with your roll of some kind. I brought mine in and I basically just wanted to see how far down I actually wanted to cut it. I find it easier to cut these when you actually press it down a little bit and then just snip, snip, snip. Then I'll be coming in with my red paint, and all I'm going to do is cover the outside of it in a few layers. You do not need to cover the inside because it's going to be hidden anyway, so don't waste the paint. For the first usage of the cardstock, I'm just cutting it a little like rectangle shape, and basically this is just going to give the illusion of where the actual candy would normally come out of the Gumball machine, and just hot glue that right onto your roll. And this is where it secondly comes in. I'm just going to cut a square first off to actually go around the bottom of it, and then I ended up cutting off the edges just to make it a little bit more round, if you would consider that round. Then just hot glue the edge of your roll and just put that on. Then coming back in with my ornament ball, I'm just going to bind the two together so it makes one complete piece or one complete ornament. And once that's been properly stuck on, I just ended up going around the edges a little bit more just to secure it fully. Then I'm just taking my pom-poms and taking out the smallest ones that are in each package, and I'm just filling up the actual ornament with these ones. This is why you're going to want the smaller ones versus the bigger ones, because the smaller ones are definitely going to fit in. And once you're done that, just pop the top back on and you are golden. And then we continue on. So for the next ornament, you're just going to need a single tea light. You'll also need a Sharpie, preferably in black. As well as some more of those little pom-poms. I ended up taking out the red ones for this one. And basically anything to put onto the back of your tea light so you can actually hang it on your tree. I just used the thinner ribbon. You'll also need some yarn. I chose a red color even though I didn't actually show up. I'm going to start out by taking your Sharpie and just drawing the face of the snowman onto the tea light. Just easy eyes, the nose is already there, and then the mouth, which I think I put 5 or 6 little ones, or 7 even. And then this is where the yarn comes in. And I just wrapped this around a couple times so that it made almost like a headband shape for the earmuffs we're about to put on. And so I hot glued that into place, and then I took some more hot glue and I just put a little bit of a dollop on each side, and then I put the little pom-poms, and that's basically it. Just put something on the back like I said I did with the ribbon, and you're basically golden for this one as well. And then for this last one, I just used some yarn, which you can choose any color yarn that you'd like. I ended up choosing green. You'll also need a toilet paper roll. So you're just going to bend the toilet paper roll so it's easier to cut, and then I only ended up doing one anyway, so you just really need to cut a 1-inch section. And then you're just going to start cutting strips of about 7 to 10 inches. You will be able to take these down a notch later on, but this is just for the general size. So just cut a ton of these ones. If you think you have enough, you probably need to cut about 20 more. This is where it gets a little tricky. Basically, you're going to take your piece of yarn and you're just going to put it in half and then put it through the toilet paper roll. And with the half that is looped, you're going to take the other half and put it through that loop. And you're just going to continue doing those. I'm not gonna lie, it did take a little while to do this, so you may want to like invite a couple friends over and do it then, or do it with some family, or even just put on Netflix and then do it then. It did take a handful of minutes, so just be prepared for that. Then once they're all pretty much bunched up, you're just going to take both sides and basically put it through itself, as you can see me do now, and just distribute it a little bit more evenly, and then take one more piece of string that's definitely smaller than the rest and just tie it together. This is also going to be the string that you use to hang the actual ornament itself. So you're going to double knot it and then keep a little bit of the string off and then double knot that, if that makes any sense. I'm terrible at explaining this right now. Then you're just going to puff it out and you are done with that ornament basically. Just cut it down to size so everything's even, and that's it. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye bye!